All right, you guys, what's going on? All right, lots of things to talk about concerning boxing. A lot of different things. I'm gonna go a lot of different directions. Oh yeah, and do me a favor. Please do not mention anything that's going on with that bullshit with 7-8 and Takashi's Boxing Nation or Alpo's Boxing Nation. So please don't ask me any questions. Please don't comment on that. Like I said, for real, do not bring that up. I don't want to talk about that, and I'm asking y'all to respect my channel. Do not bring up that situation with 7-8 and Takashi's Boxing Nation. Real talk. Or 6-9 Boxing Nation. But anyway, um, let me get this. Let me get this cracking. So we a few days away from the showdown between Devin Haney and Gamboa. Like I said, this fight is more and more intriguing as the days go by because based off what happened with Tank, and I'm gonna talk about Tank too. I'm gonna talk about Tank and I guess the success of his uh, pay-per-view debut with Leo Santa Cruz. Now it's gonna be a debate on who should get credit for the pay-per-view, but hey, that's what we here for. That's what we here to talk about. So, like I said, man, I want Devin to go in, show up, show out, get that KO, man. Because like I said, if he can get that KO and he can take care of Gamboa quicker than Tank, like I said, the showdown between Tank and Devin Haney, the talk is going to get very interesting. All right, so a quick thoughts right quick. Because I need to say this, and this is just real talk. Now, I heard Teofimo, open his mouth to speak on the situation with Deontay Wilder and Glovegate and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a send this directly to Teofimo, and you can send this video to him, and you can tell him to come on my show if he wants to. Teofimo need to mind his own business. This ain't got nothing to do with him. I understand this is boxing, but at the end of the day, if somebody, had an unfair advantage, then you got every right to speak on it. Because if that got did to him, would he, for real, he'd have something to say, so he need to stay out of that. He need to worry about who he fighting and his next opponent. He need to not worry about Deontay Wilder. And that's just real talk. Stay out of Deontay Wilder's business. Worry about your business. Don't speak on the situation that you don't know nothing about. Okay? For real. Because that's a quick way to turn people off to you. At the end of the day, people know that people like me support Wilder. So at the end of the day, and real talk, make no mistake about it. On the real, Deontay Wilder, a brother like me. So of course I'll support him. Why shouldn't I? Y'all don't have no problem with Mexicans supporting Mexicans or Asians supporting Asians, or other non-black supporting other non-black fighters support white fighters. So why do you have a problem with me supporting Wilder? One thing that I could say about me and my channel, somebody that don't look like me, you can't ever race shame me. For real. This channel is what it is. You don't like it, well, you know what you can do. You know where you can go. For real. But yeah, Teofimo, he needs to stay out of that, man. For real. That don't have nothing to do with him. Let Wilder handle his own business with Tyson Fury, because at the end of the day, the facts is gonna come out what really happened. For real. You talking about somebody's life being in jeopardy and all that kind of stuff, but Teofimo talking real crazy, and he already know he wouldn't say that to Deontay Wilder's face, because Deontay Wilder would knock his head off. But at the end of the day, like I said, I like Teofimo. I mess with the dude, but he need to stay out of this. He need to mind his own damn business. And that's all I have to say about that. So let me move on. So let me talk about Tank. Okay, Mike Coppinger, somebody that I know. I'm not going to say I know very well, but I interacted with him a couple of times. Well, he basically reported that Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz, to everybody's surprise, did exceptionally well. That's if you believe it. Now, the reports are saying that this fight did like $200,000. And if that fight did $200,000 at a $80 price tag, then they turned to profit. That's just real talk. Now, do you believe this fight did $200,000? Well, that's up to you. You know, that's up to you. And a lot of people are like, I don't know about that. But if it did do those type of numbers, then, you know, congratulations to Leo Santa Cruz and Tank Davis. Now Tank Davis is officially a pay-per-view draw, if that's what the fight did, if that's the numbers. So now Tank need to be given another test on pay-per-view and another fight that I am going to ask to be made. And I'm going to be frank about it when I talk about a fight that should be made. Just real talk. Because at the end of the day, you just got to say your truth and you just got to put stuff out there. What's up? Yeah, you just got to put your 2 cents in. At the end of the day, it's a fight that I want made, that should get made, and I'm going to talk about that in a solo video. Trust me. I think y'all going to enjoy this video that I just got off of work, so, you know. Yeah, no. What's up? So, it's a couple of videos I got to knock out before I call it a day, evening, since I worked the swing in the night. 13 hours. But yeah, man, like I said, man, if Tank did those kind of numbers, man, that's a good look for him. Congratulations. If you did 200,000 in the pandemic, that's good. In front of a crowd of they said around 9,000 people was there. So that's cool. You know, that's really cool. And all I can say is I'm proud of Tank. Hopefully Tank can understand that he becoming a star now. This is what makes you a household name. So now Tank eventually is finna go from the 100 to the 100. Because now Tank is what you could consider an A-side. You know, Teofimo versus Lomachenko was on regular TV, which was good. But now in negotiations, if there's a Tank Teofimo fight, then, you know, Tank can say, well, hey, I'm the A-side. Which I hate that stuff anyway. I just want the fight to get done. I just want to see the fight. I don't want to go through these formalities, these 2-3 year formalities, you know, issues, networkings, you know, promotional issues. I just want to get these fights made, man. People want to see these fights. And like I say, you always get these promoters that holler about, well, you know, we gonna try to get the best fights made and all that kind of stuff. And then when you ask, well, when? Because like I said, Floyd wouldn't tell me what to say in no press conference. Ain't nobody gonna dictate what kind of questions I can ask, especially if it's boxing related. I still can't get over Floyd like trying to tell people, you know, not to ask Tank what he want to do next. That was like some real like silly stuff that Floyd did, and it just got to be said. So on the real, man. All right, so let me move on to another subject. In case you guys don't know, on November the 14th, yeah, what's up? In case you guys don't know, on November the 14th, which is like maybe 8 days out, there is a fight that's about to happen between Kell Brook and Terrence Bud Crawford. Most people believe the consensus #1 pound-for-pound fighter. And ESPN, and ESPN has just did a piss poor job of letting us know that there's a fight. So this is why I know that there is something to Bud. This is why I know there's probably something to Bud leaving Top Rank, and that this may be his last fight on Top Rank and ESPN. And like I said, I don't like to do the you should go here, you should go there. But at the end of the day, I gotta be truthful. Bud has been treated like a nappy-headed stepchild. And like I said, he's been treated like a second banana to an overrated hype job, Lomachenko. And like I said, once again, ESPN made the biggest mistake by trying to sell us this idea that Vasily Lomachenko was the best fighter in the world. The only people that believe that might have been Vasily Lomachenko's management team and a bunch of clueless white supremacist hicks. Because nobody in their right mind believed that that dude was the best fighter on the planet. And we all knew that ESPN was pushing a certain narrative because Top Rank had to deal with ESPN. So they was playing these games. And it was the same thing that HBO was doing with Roman Gonzalez until Roman Gonzalez got his lights put out by Suravise. So like I said before, if this is Bud's last fight, then man, I clap my hands, because at the end of the day, like I said, I didn't want to get involved in that kind of stuff, because like I said, as media, it ain't my job to like tell these dudes where to fight at and who to sign with. But at the same time, when something is obviously visibly in your face, you do have to say something. Because I mean, good grief, you wouldn't even think Bud had a fight. I think, I'm going to just be honest with you, and I've said this before, and people got to address the elephant in the room with Top Rank. And like, I just know behind the scenes, you know, Bob's stepson, Todd LaBeouf, he need to hire some people that know how to push these black fighters, because they just don't know how to push black fighters. Because I done seen the staff, and they just need to, you know what I'm saying, they just need to hire some people that just know how to push black fighters, and they just don't know how to do it. Because one, they still stuck in the early 70s. It's a new generation now. This ain't the Muhammad Ali era no more. You really need to try to market these brothers to brothers, and they just don't know how to do it, and they need to admit it. See, that's the thing. It ain't those days no more. It just got to be said. They just don't know how to market black fighters. They just don't. Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, the perks, I will say this much. Like I say, every promotional company have perks. I think with the PBC, you get promoted a little bit better, or a lot better. But with Top Rank, you know your fight dates. Because the problem with PBC, a lot of those fighters, why some of them left, is because they don't be knowing when they gonna fight. You know, they just get a phone call to be like, hey man, you need to start training. And then they tell you, you know, we'll let you know who you gonna be fighting later on. So I think that's like the pros and cons of dealing with both of those promotional companies. But at the end of the day, Top Rank, even when you got a fight, they don't know how to let people know that you got a fight coming up to where people can tune in. Has anybody seen or heard about ESPN letting people know that Bud had a fight? Keep in mind, this is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. But you wouldn't know that. And if he ain't #1, he at least top 3. But you wouldn't know that based off what's going on with ESPN and how they have done a piss poor job, them in Top Rank, of promoting Bud. And you just have to say that. You have to tell the truth. And then also, Bud, if I'm Bud, man, Kell Brook, I'm going for the stoppage. When I say I'm going for the stoppage, because if that fight go the distance, man, don't be surprised if something weird happened. But I think Bud is going to stop Kell Brook anyway. And that's another thing that's funny. While you had some people hating on Bud always outsold Vasily Lomachenko. At least Bud could get people in Madison Square Garden, while Vasily Lomachenko was fighting in the Madison Square Garden theater. And I'm going to tell you something, though. When I went to Madison Square Garden, that was just like, you know what I'm saying? That was like something else, man. To like finally like be at Madison Square Garden, you know, the mecca of sports arenas, the sports arena. That was, when I say that was something else. What the fuck you doing? Motherfucker trying to rush me. Better, like, man. But like I said, man, Bud outsold Lomachenko every time he fought. When he fought in Lincoln, Nebraska, or his home of Omaha, he always sold 12,000 tickets. Lomachenko barely selling 4,000 tickets. But somehow, some way, they felt it was more important to push him. And like I said, we all know nobody cared about Vasily Lomachenko. Let's just keep it a hundo. Nobody gave a damn about Vasily Lomachenko, no matter how much ESPN tried to pump this dude out and push this dude. His TV ratings was mediocre. His ticket sales were terrible. And now they about to lose possibly their best fighter. And at the end of the day, I mean, on some real shit, I mean, you can't blame Bud if he's ready to shake the spot. But at the end of the day, if he do go over to the PBC, I don't want to hear no excuses about certain fights not being able to get made. What's going to be the excuse of certain fights don't get made? I told you, bro. I never thought much of Lomachenko. I never thought much of him. I never thought he was that good. I said he wasn't that good. I said he got put in a position where he got matched up with perfect styles for him to look good against. I've been saying that dude wasn't all that. I saw all his weaknesses. I said, one, he got short arms. I said he gonna struggle against a dude that got a good jab and that can fight on the inside. That's why I was laughing, man, when they was talking about they might match him up with Manny Pacquiao. I was dying laughing. I was like, no, they won't. No, they won't. When I say Manny Pacquiao would have destroyed Lomachenko, hey, bro, we ain't talking about Gary Russell Jr. Because Gary Russell Jr., we talked about Lomachenko. If you a Lomachenko nut hugger, you can see your way out. Don't come here trying to dictate what I'll talk about on my channel. Okay? We talking about Lomachenko. And let's talk about Gary Russell Jr. First of all, Lomachenko messed with Gary Russell Jr.'s scale. Then not to mention, Gary Russell Jr. still was a bit of a prospect. Keep in mind, Lomachenko had like 1,000 amateur fights. So stop it. Stop it. Don't come here talking that shit to me, dude. I know this boxing shit. Don't come on here trying to dictate my channel. If you don't like what I have to say, get your ass up out of here. Or I will have somebody clap your ass. I'm just saying. I don't give a damn about, I'm just saying. Lomachenko ain't that good. I don't care if you from DC. Lomachenko weight drained Gary Russell Jr. made it look like he wasn't gonna make weight. He messed with that man's scale. That's fact. What's up? Yeah, like, man, get out of here with that shit, bruh. Like, for real. Like I said, I'll say it again. Lomachenko wasn't that good. He lost to a dude with double-digit losses that had 2 draws. And they tried to pump this dude as being better than Errol Spence. They even tried to say this dude was better than Canelo. Nah, I ain't following. I don't give 2 damns about that election. I don't give two damns about that election. Like I said, at the end of the day, both of them is equally racist. It's just different kind of racist. That's all. That's it. That's all. Nah, but let me get back. Let me get back to Lomachenko. Like I said, Lomachenko was matched with for real. They carefully matched Lomachenko with certain type of styles that will make him look good. This is a dude that struggled. For real against, for real, he struggled against Linares. Almost, he was on the verge of losing that fight. Well, I've been saying that, Phantom. I told Phantom, I was one of the first people I caught a lot of flack about my criticism of Lomachenko. I said, okay, I know what's up with this. I know how you beat this dude. Man, like I said, go watch that fight with Teofimo. Teofimo was lifting him up off his feet with them body shots. Teofimo was lifting him off his feet with them body shots. And that's why Lomachenko was backing up the first 6 rounds. Even though Teofimo showed his inexperience when he let when he lost 3 straight rounds. But then in the 12th round, he turned it up and he was about to stop Lomachenko. Like I said, Lomachenko, go back to the Linares fight. Linares was like I said, if he wouldn't have got stopped, he was on the verge of winning that fight. So it's back to the drawing board with Lomachenko. But look, this is all I gotta say. Let Lomachenko get like a little tomato can fight and then we gonna put him in the ring with Tank, cause Tank ready for him now. Yeah, cause Tank ready. Tank stopping Lomachenko, and let me tell you something. Lomachenko gonna do the same thing with Tank that he did with Teofimo. He gonna spend most of the fight trying to fight off the back foot, and Tank gonna start walking him down. And when I say Tank gonna start picking him apart with body shots, when I say Tank is gonna start picking Lomachenko apart with body, he gonna beat up Lomachenko's body. Man, Phantom, I told you a long time ago about Triple G. Are you convinced now? I told you 3 years ago that Triple G was a fraud. And now these dudes just don't learn their lesson. I doubt it. Like I said, Phantom, I took that heat when I was saying that Triple G wasn't nothing, but now people see it. Look who this dude is fighting next. Look who this dude. Look, man. Like I said, man. Like the blueprint on how to beat Lomachenko is out now. The blueprint on how to beat Lomachenko is out now. Walk him down. Keep him against the ropes. Because he don't feel comfortable. Do not let Lomachenko reset. And see, the thing is with Tank, he can match Lomachenko with speed. You know, Phantom, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like I said, I like Leo Santa Cruz a lot. I hated seeing that happen to him, but I knew it was gonna happen to him. I knew that was gonna happen to Leo Santa. I told you, Phantom, like earlier this year when before the pandemic hit. When they was talking about this fight was going to take place in May, I told you that Tank was going to brutally knock out Leo Santa Cruz. We all knew it was, man, I'm going to tell you what this fight was. This fight was a smaller version of Canelo versus Amir Khan. We all knew Canelo was going to knock Amir Khan out. It was just when. And did Canelo knock Amir Khan out in the 6th round too? If I'm not mistaken. Like I told y'all, I said Leo Santa Cruz didn't have the power to keep Tank off of him. Like, yeah, Tank got touched up, but it wasn't gonna deter Tank from coming. Here go the thing with Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux is he too small for Rigondeaux is too small for Tank. Tank would end Rigondeaux's career, and I love Rigondeaux. Tank would end that dude's career. Well, in case you didn't know, Phantom, which that was did on purpose, Bud is fighting Kell Brook next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, but he fighting him on the 14th. Nah, it's at 140. It's at welterweight. Kell Brook coming back down. Yeah, you probably didn't know it was a damn fight based off how poorly ESPN has advertised this fight. Wait, Bud is gonna what? What's your... Well, all I can say is, hold on. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Cause I heard that there was gonna be fights every week. Okay, cause you got Bud versus Kell Brook, like Saturday on the 14th. You got Devin Haney versus Gamboa this Saturday. Then on the 21st you got Gabriel Rosado versus Daniel Jacobs, and then on the 28th you got Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. So you pretty much got a fight every week. Some kind of fight. So that's cool. Well, Bud is, after this fight, Phantom Bud is gonna cross the street. So that's the latest rumor. The rumor is, like I said, this fight with Kell Brook is his last fight with Top Rank. Nah, Phantom, they saying this is his last fight with Top Rank. Bob Arum has said that he's gonna let him go. He said he should go over to the PBC because, look, at the end of the day, I'm just keeping it 100. Al Haymon ain't making that fight unless Bud is a PBC fighter. He not finna make Bob Arum no money. He not gonna put no money in Bob Arum's pocket. Not with that fight. Not with that fight, for real. And then, you know, it's just like, I get it. I've been got it. I've been telling people that they wasn't gonna make that fight. As long as Bud was on Top Rank, they wasn't gonna make that fight. So basically, Bud is gonna come over to the PBC. Now, like I said before, what's going to stop fights from being made now if Bud comes over? Huh? Oh man, don't talk about homeboy. I know you came on late. Nah, we not talking about Tekashi sick, you know, we ain't talking about Tekashi Alpo, you know what I'm saying, Frank Lucas Boxing Nation. So, you know, we gonna leave that alone. So, but yeah, anyway, all I'ma say is All I'm gonna say is it's gonna be some big things coming up with the PBC, because also you hearing that Canelo is headed there. Cause I hear this thing with Golden Boy and DAZN is so bad to where they just gonna give Canelo his walking papers. Yeah, he gon'. I just hear this DAZN and this DAZN and Golden Boy situation is just so bad now to where it's just like it just can't be worked out, because Canelo wants certain type of money to fight a certain type of opponent. He feel like he the cash cow, and he feel like he want to fight certain opponents. Now, it's no secret that Al Haymon has wanted Canelo. Because if he could get Canelo, then he could make some of the fights that people want to see. And I think it's going to be just a matter of time, I think, before Demetrius Andrade shows up too. Because if you like Boo Boo, I don't even like saying that name. If you Demetrius Andrade, you gotta ask yourself, I'm wasting the best years of my life. I'm not getting fights that nobody wants to tune in to see. I'm not getting none of the marquee fights that I should have. And I'm gonna tell you, when you don't get up for certain fights, and then you know what I'm saying? You get that one opponent, you may get a Buster Douglas. And I got a feeling that if Demetrius Andrade don't get a marquee opponent, I feel like somebody gonna Buster Douglas him. Now, do I mean he gonna get brutally knocked out? But he may run into that one dude that come out of nowhere and, get the upset. Because when you get used to fighting opposition that ain't that good, sometimes you fight down to your opposition. And I just don't think that he gonna get certain fights neither, because people have ducked him. Yeah, well, I already know. That's what I just said. That's the problem, Phantom. Who has he fought? One thing about me, Phantom, I'm an honest guy. We can all admit that Demetrius Andrade don't have the best resume in the world. We all can admit that. I know he a brother, but we got to tell the truth. He doesn't have the best resume in the world. Just like I said, as much as I love Gary Russell Jr., Gary Russell Jr. don't have the best resume in the world. Yeah, I know, Phantom, he don't get the opportunity. I'm not saying that it's his fault, but what I'm saying is he don't got the best resume. Like I said, that's unfortunate. He like 31, 32. Like, he wasting the best years of his career. What's up? For real, man, you gotta tell the truth. He just not getting the fights that we want to see him in. He can't get the Canelo fight. He can't get the Charlo fight. Triple G refuses to fight him, and Triple G is on the zone. The zone, it's an issue of who don't want to approve the Demetrius Andrade fight. And then here's the thing. I don't even know if he can get the Canelo fight, because it's an issue of if Canelo wants to fight at 160. Because he hasn't officially said that he's going back down to 160. So if that fight was to take place, you might see Canelo make Demetrius Andrade or Charlo go up to 168. Yeah, I understand that. I really do, Warren. But that's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm saying it's not his fault to a certain degree, but I'm just, what can you do? I'm saying I feel bad because they won't give him certain fights. I mean, he signed with Matchroom and he was promised certain fights, and he just sitting up there. He finna fight a dude named, he finna fight a dude that nobody cares about, that nobody heard of. And this keeps happening to him. Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I gotta keep it 100. As much as I love Errol Spence needs to worry about Danny Garcia, and he needs to worry about what's going on at 147. Because I'm telling you right now, he ain't beat Demetrius Andrade. And I'm just telling you that right now. Too big, too strong. I know some people that made Errol Spence out to be Superman. He ain't winning that fight. I'll go on record and say he ain't winning that fight. I'll go on record. And you can tell the biggest Errol Spence fan, he ain't winning that fight. When I say he gonna get took to school, when I say Errol Spence gonna get a boxing lesson, that ain't even, I'm gonna be with you. That ain't even gonna be a competitive fight. Errol Spence versus Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, that's not gonna be a competitive fight. That's gonna be the same as people saying that Gary Russell Jr. should go up to 147 and fight Bud. That ain't gonna be a competitive fight. And y'all already know what would have happened to Gary Russell Jr. if he would have attempted to go up to 147. When I say that would have been his, hey, you think Leo Santa Cruz got stretched? For real. You think Leo, and I love Gary Russell Jr., but at the end of the day, you got to be logical. You got to keep it 100. You can't be, there's a difference between being a fan and being a damn fool. And I'm telling you right now, Errol Spence ain't got a chance against Boo Boo. When I say he would get a boxing, when I say that boy would get a boxing lesson, like I said, don't even start pumping that fight. Just stop it. Nah, that's an old saying. My name Bennett, I ain't in it. Nah, so I mean, Phantom, didn't I tell you don't bring up that shit with Tekashi's Boxing Nation? I don't want to talk about that dude. For real. But yeah, man, please don't start like trying to promote an Errol Spence. Just stop it, man. Just stop it. Just stop it. But at the end of the day, that's why Errol Spence shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Well, you ain't fought nobody. So then the dude say, okay, well then why don't you come fight me? And once again, and then once again, Al Haymon ain't gonna make no fight like that. Al Haymon is not gonna make that fight. So let's not even embarrass ourselves. Let's not even try to push for a fight like that, because that fight is not gonna happen whatsoever. Like I said, Errol Spence needs to worry about the fight that he got coming up in a little bit under, a month. He need to worry about actually today is the 5th. So it's actually 1 month from today. Yeah, look what happened. Look, man, like I said, look, let's not be stupid, man, for real. And I don't even like to use that word. I don't even want nobody even making it. I'm not even going to entertain the thought of making a video talking about Errol Spence versus, Demetrius Andrade just too big. He just too skillful. Like I said, that would be a very one-sided fight. When I say that wouldn't even be a competitive fight, that wouldn't even be a competitive fight. Y'all will be like, why did they even make this fight? But like I said before, Al ain't gonna make that fight anyway, so it ain't even no use to talk about. It's cool to talk about it here, but I ain't making no video talking about that shit because it ain't no use, because that fight ain't never gonna happen. Not at least not right now. That'll be a horrible fight to jump from 147 and man, I'm serious. I'm just keeping it 100. I don't even like the idea of Errol Spence saying that he gonna go fight Canelo, that he just gonna immediately jump from 147 to 160. And I don't even think Canelo can make 160 anymore. So there you go. I didn't even know dude moved up to one. So so the fight really can't be made. Now you're talking about 3 weight classes. But Demetrius Andrade, he a big dude anyway, man. That dude is like 6'2". He like 6'2". He probably walk around at like 180. Yeah, I know he's stunning. My thing is, if Canelo is going to officially stay at 168, he do need to give up the belt. This is the problem that I've had with Manny Pacquiao. Because Manny Pacquiao ain't trying at this stage of his career, he not trying to fight the real elite fighters. Like I said, he caught Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He got Keith Thurman. At the end of the day, he won. On paper, it say he won the fight. So, out of all the fighters he could have fought, he picked Keith Thurman. And we all know Keith Thurman was plagued with injuries. Because he been avoiding Crawford for years. And then he really don't want that work with Errol Spence. He really don't want that work with Sean Porter. Like I say, styles make fights. And I think all 3 of those dudes, they style is the type of style that would make Manny Pacquiao uncomfortable. And we all know how Sean fight all rough and rugged and dig into you and stuff. And that's not a good style for Manny Pacquiao. Because Sean is not going to give Manny range. That's what he not going to do. So, it's understandable why Manny is avoiding those type of steps. So, we'll see. But anyway, you guys, thanks for listening. I'm out.